Good morning, North Hunterdon. Welcome to the NorthConnection for Friday, March 20th. Today is our fourth day of virtual learning, and it is a B day for those teachers and students that are doing synchronous learning today. I'm coming to you today from our very, very empty North Hunterdon music band room. It's very quiet around here today on this rainy Friday morning, but that's okay. We're going to have a great day of virtual learning ahead of us. I just wanted to congratulate everybody as we approach this end of our very first week of virtual learning. It has actually been a fantastic week. I've received some positive feedback, some areas that we're going to continue to improve, but overall it's been a very productive week for most parties involved. I just wanted to share with you a few statistics. We have GoGuardian tracks all of our student Chromebook usage, and from that we're able to see when students are logging on and how often they're logging on. And so we've been looking at it for the last 3 days. So today's the start of our fourth day, so we don't have any data on that yet. But it looks like, based on this information, at about 11 o'clock is our peak time, and we have just about 900 kids at a time signed on during that time, and that slowly tapers off throughout the day. But actually, that last little hump on each one of those graphs for the day is about 11 o'clock. So our kids are continually online throughout the day. Our peak time is about 11 o'clock. And we also can track the websites that they're on overall as a school, and we're finding that Google Classroom is number one, followed by Google Docs, as well as some of our other educational sites. So we're seeing a lot of their time is spent on educational activities on those Chromebooks. So that is been a fantastic thing to see. And also from my personal perspective, our number one YouTube video has been the NorthConnection. So keep that up. Good job. Thanks for tuning in. Another piece of feedback, I just want to encourage everybody, as I mentioned before, this is the end of our very first week of virtual learning. Continue to be flexible, both teachers and students. We're all learning this together. Students, if you're struggling with any particular assignment, if you're struggling trying to figure out what it is due when, or if it seems like it's just too much time that you're spending on virtual learning, please reach out to your parent, your teacher, or your guidance counselor. We are all here to help you, or myself. Sort this out, because maybe there are some things that we need to tweak along the way, but overall we're going to just try to keep moving everyone forward. And again, all of our staff is here to assist you. Our guidance counselors are working, our case managers, our nurses, and our administration. We're all here. All you have to do is shoot us an email and we can find a way to connect to assist you. Moving on to a question that I received to answer, has to do with our guidance counselors and child study teams, is do 504 plans and IEPs still apply in virtual learning? And the answer is yes. If you have a 504 or an IEP, or your son or daughter does, they still do apply for virtual learning. We've been working with our special education teachers to supply them with a variety of resources, including they also have access to Google Classroom. They can do a Google Hangouts to individually meet with your students or you. They can assign differentiated assignments, again, through Google Classroom. So the answer is yes. We're doing the very best that we can to apply and to accommodate or modify lessons to meet the needs of our individual and unique learners. So again, we are working through this. If you have any questions about the IEP or 504 for either yourself if you're a student or your son or daughter if you're a parent, I would encourage you to reach out to your case manager or guidance counselor or our head of the child study team here at North Hunterdon, and the head of guidance here at North Hunterdon is Mr. Palecchio, and that was his email address there. Feel free to reach out to him directly if you have any specific concerns. We are also looking at the option, depending on how long we will be out for virtual instruction, of doing some virtual IEP meetings and 504 meetings. We are required to have those at certain times, so we are developing plans to do them virtually if need be. So just be aware of that. The next thing, the question that I asked everyone yesterday was, what are you doing to stay healthy during this closure? As I mentioned yesterday, my Fitbit was telling me it needed to be fed. I needed to add some steps to it. So I got some feedback from some students and some parents and teachers, so we'll just read through a few of these quickly. Miss Simpson says, I have scheduled my morning workouts, some in the first thing in the morning and some in the afternoon or evening, so she creates a workout schedule. Miss Vogel says, my daughter and I are having dance parties to stay physically active. So that sounds like fun. Miss Cavo says she fostered a dog. I actually saw that on the news. They're looking for foster dog parents. So she fostered a dog, and she, in an effort to keep him out of the crate, they walk at least 3 times a day. Miss Waddell says to stay physically healthy, she's streaming Beachbody workouts and spinning in her basement. Miss Seversky, who's up in our main office, says her gym is posting live workouts every day at 1 o'clock, so she does those. So again, I've heard that a lot of gyms will do that as well, so that's a great way to stay active. Miss Hickson, I thought this was a good pointer. She says she's online for hours at a time, and so when she does that, she makes it a point to get up every so often and take a lap around the house, including up and down the stairs. So I thought that was a pretty good tip. Go from top to bottom of your house every hour or so. Miss Lentine says she continues to go for her morning runs and walk the dog. Miss Byron gets up from her computer every 20 or 30 minutes to move around, and her Fitbit has reminders for her to do so. Mr. Audi. Now, a fun fact about Mr. Audi, we had a little staff weight loss challenge. He has so far led that for this year. In 2020, he has lost about 30 pounds, so we might want to pay attention to what Mr. Audi's doing here. In order to stay physically fit during virtual school, he's doing yoga and core workouts at home from YouTube. So it must be working for him. A parent said, this is from Miss C, she says, just dance, some great cardio and some laughs. So she's doing some dance workouts. Miss W says she's been staying fit with yoga, weights, cardio, riding bikes, and walking the dog. That's our 7:40 bell. So time to get to class, kids. Student Brendan says, I have been maintaining my 30-mile-a-week training schedule on my own or 10 feet away from a friend. So I think for most of us, if we were going to try to train with Brendan doing 30 miles a week, I think we'd be a lot farther than just 10 feet behind. And last one from a student who says for PE class, they have to log 30 minutes of workouts. So she's been finding workout videos online to do, and I have a feeling that's what most of our students are doing. I know a lot of our PE teachers are having their kids log their workouts. So great job. Thank you for responding. I hope everyone is finding ways to stay physically healthy as well as mentally healthy and academically healthy during this time away from each other. So my question for today as we approach this weekend, and one of the reasons why I'm here in the band room, is I want to know what other activities you are doing besides your assigned schoolwork to stay productive during this time. Are you learning a new instrument? Are you practicing a new skill on your instrument? Are you doing something related to art? Are you building something? Me personally, I like to do some woodworking, so I've been making these coopered bowls. It's like you'd cooper a barrel. So it's a new skill that I'm trying to learn. I think we all have a little extra time on our hands, or at least a little extra time at home. So I want to know what everyone's doing to learn a new skill, maybe cook something they haven't cooked before. Feel free to send me a picture. I'll show a few pictures on Monday if anyone wants to share what they're creating, building, learning, doing, anything like that. As we approach this weekend, I encourage everybody to get your schoolwork done this morning. It's going to be a rainy morning, and then move on and do something that is fulfilling to you, other than maybe just looking at a Chromebook screen. So let's make it a great day. Let's make it a great weekend. Let's step away from our devices this weekend. Let's find ways to connect with our family and friends, whether it's virtually or maybe just reaching out to someone who you haven't talked to for a while. Enjoy them. Create something, build something, learn something new, and have a fantastic weekend, North Hunterdon High School. I will see you again on Monday. And again, any responses to those questions or any new questions can be sent to me at gcottrell@nhvweb.net. Have a great weekend.